500 words. 3 days. Impossible, right? Wrong. I memorized 500 English vocabulary words in 72 hours using one simple technique. And I still remember most of them 2 months later. Here's exactly how I did it. This changed everything for me. Let me give you context. I had a vocabulary test coming up. 500 words. Definitions. Usage. Everything. I panicked. How do you memorize that much in 3 days? Traditional methods? Forget it. Writing each word 50 times. That would take weeks. Reading and rereading? I'd forget 90% immediately. I needed something better. Something that actually works with how memory actually functions. That's when I discovered the memory palace technique combined with spaced repetition. Sounds complicated. It's not. Let me break it down simply. Memory palace means you visualize a familiar place. Your house. Your school. Your daily route. Then you place the information you want to remember at specific locations in that place. Your brain remembers spatial information incredibly well. Way better than abstract words. That's the secret. Here's how I used it. I divided 500 words into 50 groups of 10 words each. Each group got assigned to one location in my neighborhood walk. I walk the same route every day. From my house to the park. 15 minutes. 50 distinct locations along the way. My front door. The red car parked outside. The big tree. The corner shop. The bus stop. 50 locations. 50 groups. 10 words per location. Simple organization. Now here's the creative part. For each word, I created a bizarre, vivid mental image and placed it at that location. The weirder the image, the better you remember it. Let me give you an example. Word number 1 was ephemeral, meaning temporary. I imagined my front door made of ice, melting rapidly in the sun. Ice is ephemeral. Melts temporarily. Vivid image. Placed at my front door. Every time I walked past my front door physically or mentally, I saw melting ice. I remembered ephemeral. Never forgot it again. Word number 23 was ubiquitous, meaning everywhere. I imagined the big tree on my street growing eyes all over its branches. Eyes everywhere. Ubiquitous. Disturbing image. But incredibly memorable. I still see that tree with eyes when I think of ubiquitous. This technique works because your brain evolved to remember visual, spatial information. Not abstract words on paper. We use evolution to our advantage. Day 1, I created all 50 location image combinations. This took about 4 hours. Exhausting but necessary. I walked my route physically. Placed each image mentally at each location. Visualized clearly. Made images vivid and weird. Day 1 complete. I could recall about 200 words immediately. Not bad for 4 hours of work. Day 2 was spaced repetition. Here's the science. Your brain forgets new information rapidly unless you review it at specific intervals. First review after 1 hour. Second review after 8 hours. Third review after 24 hours. This pattern cements information into long-term memory. I set alarms on my phone. Every interval, I walked my mental route. Recalled each location. Each image. Each word. Strengthened the connections. By end of day 2, I could recall 400 words consistently. Day 3, I focused on the remaining 100 words I kept forgetting. I made their images even more bizarre. Even more emotionally charged. Funny images. Scary images. Absurd images. Whatever stuck. I also practiced writing all 500 words from memory. Timed myself. Found weak spots. Reinforced those. By end of day 3, I could recall all 500 words in order or random. Test day came. I scored 96%. Only missed 20 words. Those were ones where my images weren't vivid enough. Here's the beautiful part. 2 months later, I still remember about 400 of those words. Not because I reviewed constantly. Because the technique creates strong memory connections. Traditional memorization fades in days. Memory palace plus spaced repetition? Lasts months or years. This is how memory champions memorize entire decks of cards. Hundreds of digits. Thousands of words. They use spatial memory. Not brute force repetition. So can you memorize 500 words in 3 days? Yes. Absolutely. But you need to follow the technique exactly. Choose a familiar route. 50 locations minimum. Create vivid, bizarre images for each word. Place them at locations. Walk your route mentally several times day 1. Spaced repetition day 2. Reinforce weak spots day 3. Test yourself constantly. That's the formula. It works for vocabulary, formulas, historical dates, anything. Try this for your next memorization challenge. Even if it's just 50 words, not 500. Use a smaller route. 10 locations. 5 words per location. Practice the technique. You'll be shocked how effective it is compared to traditional methods. Your brain will thank you. Comment below the biggest thing you need to memorize. Vocabulary? Formulas? Historical dates? Let me know and I'll create a memory palace example specifically for that topic. And subscribe to Learn Fast AI Academy, where we teach memory techniques that actually work. Not the boring methods schools teach. See you next video.